of the fairways. Leg off. Farming. Practice.
Or we can just go to the regular one.
That's weird. Normally lets you practice on like a fairway or a hole. Cool. We'll do that time. So what's going on with you, man?
I don't know, just busy. Haven't really played. I was out of town over the weekend.
You're in Miami, right?
Yeah, I went to Orlando for
like
our meeting,
Yeah.
and then Miami over the weekend, so yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it was good. He did a good job, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
And then just trying to get caught up this week, right?
Okay.
So, but I am going to play the next 3 days, so
Super.
we'll see how it goes.
Super.
So I don't have any feedback, really.
Okay.
I haven't really touched it up, so.
Okay, good. Cool.
The downside, I'm not going to be able to play in my club championship.
Why not?
Because it's the same weekend as the Four States Invitational in Texarkana.
Oh, man.
I'm going to go there.
Of course. Yeah.
So
That's too bad.
yeah, I know. I was looking forward to it, but I'm going to go do the other. So
Okay, of course. Yeah.
that'd be fun.
Spend time with Andrew and
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, and it's a cool course. So
Yeah. Okay.
They treat you right. So
Oh, yeah.
even though Texarkana is kind of a cool down.
It's fun in town, but with like a great golf course.
It does. Yeah, I don't know, but it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do today?
What do you want to do? What are you thinking about? What's roaming around your mind from last time and all that jazz?
Gosh, I don't know. Probably just maybe try to hone in on what we were working on last time, and maybe see if we can come up with a different phrasing
Different script.
than
Yeah.
that low and away. I think is what you said. Push it low and away with the left hand.
Right.
That's not really resonating with me for some reason.
Okay.
So maybe there's other verbiage we can use that might
Okay.
get that. I don't know.
Okay. Cool. All right.
But again, I haven't really.
Yeah. Let's see how you're swinging it. I'm excited about next Sunday.
Yeah, me too. So I sent you that.
I saw it. Yeah, I
just read the article and thought, okay, well, I don't necessarily have to be PhD, but
No, I mean, I like Callaway drivers.
Yeah.
I play one, so the jailbreak technology that they came out with almost a decade ago now is actually really similar to something I sketched in the 90s.
oh really?
Yeah, so what they did was, it just came to me when I was a kid. I was probably like 8 or 9. And I was looking at a driver head, and I was like, well, if we put a support inside the head that's lightweight, wouldn't it stop basically the shell of the head from vibrating and we're losing energy and getting more energy transfer in the ball? And then 20 years later, Callaway did that.
Yeah, wow.
So, I know. So that's why I play it, because I think that's a good concept, and they're the only ones that do that. And it's a good feeling head, pretty good head profile. So I'm cool with the Callaway
I haven't had one before, but Matt, I had a Callaway driver.
Yeah, well, I'll let you hit mine. Yeah, they're great.
I have to go. I can't remember. I may have given it to.
That's nice, Jeff. That's really good. saw your Instagram post with the crown thing.
Yeah, well, I got him an inflatable one that's much less cumbersome.
Oh, okay.
So I just put that on him this morning. Hopefully that'll be better.
That's when they scratch themselves and stuff.
Well, yeah, he got fixed yesterday.
Oh.
So they don't want him licking on the incision.
So it's temporary.
For a week, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And,
That's good.
Yeah, it'll be fine. So, he was kind of out of it yesterday. It was pretty fun. Is pulling it through with my left arm.
Exactly.
Where the right arm hand is just kind of riding the way instead of.
So, as you're going about this, that's fine. What I see is that you get the feel, and then you try to carry the feel into the swing.
Okay.
Get the feel, and then carry the thought of what you're going to do into the swing. So
Push down and away. There you go. There you go. There you go. Good. See how you got into a thought, an intention there, and then you made a really decisive move. Yep. Nice, dude. Really good. So do you feel the spinning out kind of effect? So as you're doing this, the reason you're spinning out is because the backswing is not taking enough time. Okay? So that's one of the Pavel principles, where your subconscious trying to figure out a way to slow the downswing down to end the swing in homeostasis, and because of that, it's causing your body to get ahead in the downswing to slow the club down. So now that you're generating a little more inertia, more momentum in the takeaway, you need a little more time to let the club settle. So that's why, as you're going about this, spend a little more time away from the ball. Don't press into it. Just kind of toss the club away. Let it settle. I see what's going on. Good. Okay. So as you toss the club away, you're tossing it away, and then I see you lifting the club to get it to the top. Pushing it down and away is enough to automatically cause the club to get up. You don't need to bring your arms up. You need to send your arms back towards me, and only back towards me. And you'll notice that mysteriously the arms come up. No lift. There you go. You feel that? That's different. Does that feel different to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. That's it. That's it. Then let it settle. Good. Good. Nice job, Jeff. That's what we're talking about. I don't know if it's the software updates, but I feel like we're getting better numbers on the launch
Yeah,
box
for sure.
recently.
Yeah, for sure.
So as you toss it away, and you push the club away, remember this is a very light object.
Yep.
It does not require a lot of momentum or a lot of energy to do it. It requires some. But just kind of like when you release the club from the top, it's not a totally exerted motion. Make whole practice swings. Feel how relaxed you can make this push away. Definitely continue the push away, but how relaxed can you make it?
Okay.
That was a lift up. There you go. Push it totally only away. It's a backswing. There's never called the upswing. Nice. Good. Wow. That looked really solid. It just has a lag. So as you're going through this, let's work on the setup a little bit.
Okay.
So as you're doing this, to get a reference point, start with when you do a little more eyes face feet and have this elbow lightly touching you with the right hand where it's going to be, and that elbow needs to be bent, just soft. There you go. Stand nice and tall. Yeah. Just stand regular. I kind of like to get it up here, and then I just let the club take me down. There you go. There you go. Good. Soften your knees. Just soften them. Good. There you go. There you go. Okay. Good. So there's a pretty, good distance increase on that shot just from removing the tension. Nice setup. That's it. There you go. So if you get out there, you know, and you're like, man, I'm not really hitting it as far today, or whatever, remember that, you know, and we didn't fix the setup. We just went back to a fundamental process about it,
Yeah.
you know. There you go. Just let the club take it to the ground. Okay. Wow. It's a nice 8-iron, Jeff.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
It's definitely what we're striving for. We actually played golf one time with one of the guys in my GC group.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what's keep getting their names mixed up. Brett and Richard. PGP Construction.
I've heard of.
Um,
Where'd y'all play?
we played with you at Lantana.
Did?
Yeah,
I don't remember them.
it was just it was I think it was Brett. It might have been Richard.
Huh. What do they look like?
We just played with one of them. He's kind of, you know, I don't know. He's a regular looking dude.
Does he live out there?
No, I don't think he lives there.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like it was over a year ago.
Huh.
Yeah, we were at the first meeting like a couple months ago, and we sit down. And he's like, "Shit, we play golf together," and I'm like, "Yeah, I remember that.
Really? Oh, I'd have
Yeah.
to look at him, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
remember at all.
They're cool." Okay, let's take a fiver. I'm gonna switch seats. I'm gonna bring my stool in. Arnie, it's fun watching Kevin Falls, huh? Okay, so get a tea. So,
Yep.
you're good.
Yep. I'm listening.
Okay, so we're going through our process. This is good. Once we adjust the setup, you hit most likely the three best 8-irons you've hit in the studio in a row. I mean, 160 some plus yards carry on the sim. So we don't need to hit the ball further.
Yeah.
It's a lot further than
It's me.
You used to hit
be
it.
more consistent.
well, they were consistent.
Yeah.
So then what happened was this. I said, Jeff, those are really nice. All you did was remove some tension in the setup, get back to what you're doing, and 3 in a row were fucking money. I mean, they were all within 10, 15 feet of each other. From 165 yards, you do not need to do better than that. I mean, nobody does better than that. That's good. Really good. What happened after that, you tell me otherwise, what I believe I perceive is you then started to try to press further into it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I try to hit it 160.
Even more, okay? And so, when I talk about pedal down mentality, which I talk about all the time, but I'm talking about pedal down on the intention of what you're doing. Meaning, it's really about keeping the intention consistent. When you start trying to continually iterate and improve the result, that's a mentality that I basically call one-upping yourself. So think about that. You know, I use that language because nobody likes a one-upper. Right?
Yeah.
You don't know anybody that likes that. But what really you're doing in that situation is you're doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
When you're in a social situation with a one-upper, and like, you know, maybe you guys are both talking about things that you're proud about, that you accomplished this week. You know, which is different than our tone of our conversation just now. It's like, Miles, what did you do? I'm like, I'm doing this stuff, it's really great. And you're like, I'm doing this stuff, it's really great. And we're like, cool, that's really great. If you would have been like, yeah, I'm getting my business together, you know, or like maybe it was a couple of months ago when you're like, you know, I got back in the driver's seat in the orthodontic and fixed some things, and now the business is rocking and rolling again. I was like, awesome, Jeff. That's great. If I had said, yeah, but I mean, what I'm doing is just like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would have been the emotion? It would have been, you know, you go on and on like that. Maybe with me it would be a little different because you'd have maybe some grace or whatever. You'd be like, you know, Miles is retarded or whatever. But
Can't use that word.
no, you can't. No, but you know, I grew up in the '90s, so it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, and the emotion is frustration.
Yeah.
You know, you're frustrated. You're like, man, I'm out here, you know, like, I'm at this place, like, everyone's cool. I'm cool. He's cool. He's cool. But this guy's the only one that thinks he's cool. Get frustrated. You're like, I need to abandon this. You know, I want to get away from this guy. Now, what's happening when you're one-upping yourself is then you're sending a message of frustration, which is going to make you then what? Abandon the thought and the vibe and the intention that led to those 3 good shots. See what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what happened after that? The result then degraded.
Yeah.
And then you lose confidence in what led to the 3 good shots. So everything that just transpired, what led to the good shots was a improvement in the setup, in the tempo. So we were talking about really tempo, the time, macro time of the swing, you know, and the idea, the takeaway is going good. We're not lifting now. Everything is good. So, you know, the plight of a competitive individual, which is what it takes to be a CEO of a company, to be a high-level golfer, or anything. I mean, you know, capitalism, a lot of people think that's the enemy. It's not the enemy. You know, competition is good. It fosters growth. As Carl Jung might put it, the shadow side of that is what we're talking about now. So you have to think of your competitive drive as a fork in a stream, and you have to be disciplined in how you direct it. I don't want you to tone it down. It's awesome. It's part of why I believe in you and why we're doing all this. You know, a guy that was less serious about his golf game might still have talent, but wouldn't have the same goals. So remember, this whole course is predicated upon the consistency of the thoughts and the quality of the thoughts. That's where the consistency of the actions is basically birthed from. So that's where I want the competitive drive. And then we got to also remember what Marius said and why Marius said it, which is, we were playing Coyote Ridge, and I think I spun out. I wanted to hit it out of bounds, almost hit a house, right? And I was pissed. Because back then I used to get more pissed on the golf course. Really, not so much anymore. And he was like, you got to find the good in that swing. And I was like, Marius. I'm like, I hit that ball fucking 50 yards to the right, out of bounds. I'm like, there's nothing good about that. And then he drew my attention to something, you know, because like there's never a golf swing where you didn't do something right. Even the ones those last 3 shots or whatever, that were not very good, you actually still went through the setup correctly. You know, you had good tempo. You were pushing it away. The pressing of it all created tension, and it jacked up your tempo, and then it also became sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. So when we find the good in the swings, you got 3 neuromodulators that are required for plasticity. Okay, you got focus, which is the acetylcholine. You got that. You got norepinephrine, which is a fancy word for adrenaline when it's present in the brain. Okay, that's the alertness. You got that. Those things are baked in. You know, if you're practicing golf, unless you're literally asleep or totally zoned out, then you're going to have those. Okay, the third one is required, but it's subjective. And that's dopamine, which is that, they call it the neuromodulator of reward. So you have to give yourself the reward to facilitate the changes in the brain. Without the reward, your learning process, the rewiring, learning is rewiring, is going to be stunted. It's going to be slowed down. Okay? And you know, I mean, I wrote, and I understand this, you know what I mean? Like, when you have such high expectations for yourself, which you do, in all avenues of your life, which that's also, high expectations of yourself is not the enemy. You can easily turn that on yourself, though. You see what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Right? And so you have to reward yourself in the process for the high expectations, not just upon the receipt of the payout. You know, and I'm speaking as someone that finds this very fucking difficult to do. You know, very difficult. I've learned to do it in golf. You know, I've learned to do it in golf now because I've been faced with other challenges that are way harder for me to do this in golf. Staying positive as I build golf everywhere and go through those challenges and seeing the progress when I know that it could change not only my life but this whole community and potentially help preserve the game of golf. And then I got these hurdles standing in my way, and you know, and I'm like, yeah, I'll celebrate when when that money's in the fucking bank account.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you know, maybe when we're breaking ground, I will allow myself to fucking feel good. Until then, no good feelings. Fucking go. You know? Not so good.
No, I mean, that's exactly how at least business goes for me. Because by the time it's the transaction time's long, right?
Right.
So by the time you complete the transaction, you're already on to something else.
Right.
And so you don't get that real, in most cases, you don't get
Exactly.
that one celebratory moment.
Right. Which means what? It means your attitude that you have, that you run your business, is probably pretty good. You know? You're like, okay, cool. We improved a process today. You know? We cleaned up the database today. You know? We renegotiated a vendor relationship. I'm just you know what I mean? Things like that, right? You know, did the bottom line on your business increase that day? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Did you leave work feeling satisfied with what you had done? Yeah, probably, right? You do, right?
Yeah.
You do. Okay, so you already do this. Okay, your challenge is applying that to your golf game.
I know, but that's why I liked coaching and sports, is because there's immediacy of results. And,
Explain that to me.
well, you know, like, okay, let's put it this way. We'll start with a game. I mean, you win the game, it's celebratory, you have an immediate result, and then that's over and you move on to the next one.
Oh,
And
team sports.
yeah, or even golf. I mean, you know, you make a birdie, you have a good celebratory moment, let's say, and then that hole's over and you go on to the next one. It's like a clean slate. And it's just different than the longer transactional time. So maybe I gotta look at do a longer transactional time for me in golf.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. You know, that's why our agreement was such a long process, because these kinds of, the road that you want to go down does take way more time, you know.
So I can tell you right now, I could sit right there and hit 162 yard 8 irons in a row. And that would be fun, right? And gratifying. But I probably wouldn't make it to 10, because at some point I'm like, you know, I wonder, I bet I can do like 164.
Right.
You know? And when you're much better off hitting the 10 162 in a row than hitting 3 162s, try to hit 164 and hit it 137 because you've hit a fat or whatever.
Exactly.
Get frustrated. Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying.
Right. Right. Right.
And my brain gets bored after, I guess we just proved it, after 3. I'm trying to improve the result.
The brain. I think that's one element to it. You know. That's one element to it. That's why. One of the things I want to. Well, maybe we'll still get to it today. I have plenty of time. Is I want you to do the weed whacker thing, pushing down away, but really fucking slow. That's why I brought your gap wedge in here. Okay, but whether we get to that or not, you can kind of figure out what that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And really pay attention how soft this can be too.
Yeah.
Which is good because it teaches you to relax, gets you focusing on the same things that are part of your full swing. You can focus on the settling down, all these things, you know. It's just a variation on the weed whacker container. Themes and variations, you know, classical music. So what I think we need to do though, we haven't done this in a while, is I think that we really need to, there's an emotion that is, so emotions, okay, negative emotions, here's literally how it works, okay, just so you understand. Negative emotions are concentrated and they are dense, okay? You know, the body keeps the score. Everybody knows that now, right? So, you know, negative emotions are not stored in the whole body. They're stored in a, you know, you might have a trigger point here. You might have it there. Whatever, okay? It's dense and it's concentrated. Dense and concentrated things have increased gravitational pull, right? And so these emotions, whatever the emotion is is having a gravitational pull, so it can pull from your feet. Now you're not grounded because it's in the middle. It can pull from up here above it, which is your thoughts. Okay? And so what we need to do is identify why is the journey enough for you in business and it's not enough for you in golf. When we get that cleared out, you're gonna have a much easier time. Because you're doing fucking good. Your swing is looking good.
Thanks.
Like your swing is pretty much, with some minor adjustments, a little more weed whacker container, removing some tension is really all we gotta keep doing. And your swing is where it needs to be. Like it's good. Your putting's good, your chipping's good. On the other side of this, we're ready to shoot some fucking scores, dude. Like, so we're right on time. But without giving your brain the chemicals it needs to take you to the other side, that's what's holding us up right now. So this is the lesson. This is the work that we need to do. You know what to do. You know. So why do you think it is?
Well, I know. Are we recording this?
I can turn it off.
Okay.